Solar Power by Joyce O. and Malcolm Holliday. During this presentation, we will talk about the history of solar power, why solar power is renewable, safety rules, why solar power is interesting, and controversies regarding solar power. The sun is one of our most abundant sources of energy. Although the use of solar energy has recently seemed to have exploded, it has in fact a history dating much farther back than one might have imagined. History tells us that in the 7th century BC, humans used the sun's power to light fires with magnifying glass materials. In the 3rd century BC, Greeks and Romans were known to have used solar power and mirrors, also known as burning mirrors, to light the torches used in religious ceremonies. It was also discovered that around 20 AD, the Chinese civilization used burning mirrors for religious ceremonies as well. In the late 1200s, ancestors to the Pueblo Native Americans, known as the Anzazi, positioned themselves in south-facing adobe cliffs to capture the warmth of the sun during the cold winter months. Due to the initial research of Willoughby Smith and his work with selenium in 1873, Williams Grills Adams and Richard Evans Day in 1876 discovered that selenium creates electricity when exposed to sunlight. The first solar cell was created in 1883 by Charles Fritz and was made from selenium wafers. Some, however, consider the true invention of solar panels and solar technology to be tied to the research of Darrell Chapin, Calvin Fuller, and Gerald Pearsons for creating the first silicone photovoltaic cell at the Bell Laboratories in 1954. Since the invention of the photovoltaic cell, the use of solar energy has expanded into multiple avenues and venues, such as transportation, outdoor solar lighting, solar water and space heaters, solar home paneling, and consumer electronics.
Why is solar power renewable? It is renewable because the electromagnetic radiation emitted from the sun will be around for us to make use of our natural resources, and solar power will not disappear anytime soon. What are the solar power safety rules? First of all, when working with solar panels, for example, is to always stop working in bad weather, like, for example, snow or high wind. In case if there is an emergency or an accident, always have at least one other person with you so that you and your partner will be safe. Why is solar power interesting? First, it is the most important source of energy for life. It also doesn't create any noise pollution, and it will not harm the environment. Although solar power has been viewed as the wave of the future based on its role in reducing our dependency on fossil fuels, it is, however, not without its controversies. Employees within the solar panel field are potentially exposed to a variety of serious hazards while in the workplace, such as arc flashes, electric shock, falls, and thermal burn. In addition, health hazards to individuals such as EHS, ADHD, and chemical exposure generated from the use of solar panel equipment are just a few of the issues gaining interest as the use of solar power continues to grow.